Hello and welcome back to the Lumin Weekly Q&A. Here we are on the couch and it's very, very cold. But we do have a bunch of questions right here on my phone and we're going to jump into them in just a second. Just a second. First, I'm going to talk about Helen. She's actually on my computer right there now, where the Diablo music's coming from. We're listening to the Diablo 3 Collector's Edition soundtrack. It's amazing. I've listened to it about 1,000 times since I got it. I listen to this and Chrono Trigger. I alternate between the two. They're very good, both of them. So, we're going to talk about her and her lack of a PC right now. It's over there. What's left of it? Oh. No. Okay, most of it is there. And some of you may not know the story because some of you don't watch the Diablo videos. But her graphics card is fried. It's done. Oh, hello, Nero. Come sit here next to me. Hoppy. Hoppy. Hoppy, hoppy, hop, 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 hop. He's here now. He's here. Actually, no, he's over there now. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so now Nero's with me, but her graphics card is out of order, so with that gone, her PC is out of order. There's no onboard graphics card or anything like that, so she can't even browse the Facebooks or anything like that. She can definitely not play Diablo, no leaky boy. Definitely not play Diablo or any other game that she wants to play, like the Guild Wars 2 beta this weekend. But we had some good news today that we might be able to get... we might be able to claim insurance on it and get it all fixed up on insurance, because her PC was actually insured. About 1.5 years ago or 2, I don't know when, a little while ago, both our PCs were insured and it apparently covers this. So we're going to have a look at that and see if it'll actually work. If not, then we're still in trouble, but if so, then we could potentially get her computer up and running again soon. Sadly, not soon enough to get her into the beta weekend, but maybe for the next one. So that would be nice. Otherwise, yeah, some people ask, why don't we just get a new one? Graphics cards are pretty expensive in South Africa. Not graphics cards, just PC parts in general. It's funny because someone actually messaged me and said that they'd be glad to import me one. And while that's nice and all, it's just not the kind of thing I like to do, because I like to actually have that security of having a warranty and having the capability of just taking it back if there's something wrong with it, the possibility. And the reason we can't take hers back is because it's way more than 2 years old, and I think it only had a 2-year warranty. I think it's about 3 or 4 years old. But yes, he said that, you know, this graphics card costs $130 or $140 here in the US, and then I was like, oh well, that's actually not so expensive. And then I looked, and to buy the same one here, it would have cost about $230, which is crazy, okay? And that's probably like a very mild example. I'm covering the boy with a blanket. This is his blanket. It's like a fluffy fleece. It's very nice. Helen has the exact same one, just in orange. Nero's is brown because Nero is brown and he likes the color. So anyway, that's the long and short of the graphics card story. We're going to try get her computer up and running soon so we can continue our co-op playthroughs and stuff. That's like Minecraft, Terraria, Diablo. I'm going to be releasing Diablo videos in the meantime though, and anything else I do with her. She's going to join me in Dota sometime soon, probably Team Fortress 2 as well. Those two are definitely going to make their debut again soon. I'll call it that because it's been so long since we've actually had them on the channel. But with Dota out of beta now, and it's not actually out of beta, but with it out of beta, sort of, with it as far along in development as it is, it could be interesting to just jump back in and try it again. And I'm keen. I'm always keen for some Dota. Team Fortress hasn't changed very much, but I'm still quite keen to play a bit because I haven't played a proper FPS in a while, and that could be fun. I must say that I'm also interested in DayZ, but I'm very, very saddened by the fact that it's probably impossible for me to actually play and enjoy it from here because of the latency. I think there's a South African server, but I'm not 100% sure, and even if there was one, it would be desolate. It would be totally deserted. There would be no one there except if there are there NPCs in that game? Yes, there'd be the NPCs, the zombies and the bandits and that stuff. But I thought I'd just tell you guys that before we start the questions. That's what's going on with Helen. We're gonna share my computer for the Guild Wars 2 beta weekend. She probably won't play very much. She's happy about the fact that she doesn't have a computer right now so she can get back to her art and all that kind of stuff. And it's maybe just a good break. But she will try get it up and running soon again. So you can just send her a little message. Leave a comment saying, oh, I feel for you, bro. Or something like that. She'd appreciate that. She will. She will. Okay. Now, go check the Facebook page out, actually, because there's a girl called Matilda who's drawing a bunch of pictures, and it's so cute because it's cute because it's painful sometimes. It's so sad. Some of those pictures are really, really sad. She like draws pictures about Helen not getting to see her Guild Wars character, and it's heartbreaking, but it's amazing. So all the fan art and stuff on Guild Wars is actually going to go on Guild Wars. On the Facebook page, it's actually going to go in a video soon, and I'm going to have it up on the channel. So if you guys want to post any type of fan art, I don't really like calling it fan art, but any type of art relating to whatever we do on this channel, or whatever you guys do, or whatever happens, then you can post it on the Facebook page, or you can just mail it to me at talesoflumin@gmail.com, because it's sometimes better having the full quality versions, but still, you can send it through, and it might be in time for this video that I'm working on, which should be out, I would say, just after the weekend. I can't promise that it'll be up over the weekend because I'm probably going to try get as much Guild Wars in as I can, but we'll have to wait and see with that. Now, let's start on the questions. Finally, I've got coffee here. This is the last coffee in the house. Okay, and it's decaf. And it's also cold, so I consider that a bit of a waste. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that I talk so much. So the first question is from Sparrow's Journey. And it's pretty random, and at the same time it's pretty difficult for me to answer anything like this, because you just look. If you had a chance to have a talk with Jim Carrey, what would be the 3 questions you would ask him, and what would your most imaginable expectations for the answers be? Interesting. Jim Carrey is an interesting choice. I'm not sure if I accidentally mentioned Jim Carrey. I don't know why I said accidentally, but I'm not sure if I mentioned him in one of the previous Q&As. But I'm not the biggest fan of Jim Carrey, while he is really good and really funny. I don't know much about the guy other than that. I would ask him why there are so few movies coming from nowadays. I mean, I'm sure because of the fact that he's probably made enough money now, and he's just, you know, with his family, having a good time. Does he have a family? Is he having a good time? I don't know. Maybe he's just chilling with that. Maybe he's directing now, like a lot of big actors get out there do in their older age. And it's funny to think about it like that, but Jim Carrey's actually pretty old, isn't he? I mean, he must be in his 50s or something, or is he closer to 60? I don't know. No, that sounds weird. That sounds really weird. But the last I saw of him, he wasn't aging too well, and I don't want to be mean or anything, but you look at someone like, I don't want to actually compare him to anyone, no, but one other question that I can ask is, why did he make that creepy I love you video about that actress? I think we discussed it now, and we said, was it Emma Stone? I'm not sure who it was, but he made this video telling, from him telling her that he loves her, and he put it on YouTube, and that's a little bit weird. I think he's married and he has children. I'm not sure if he's divorced. I don't know if any of you guys know Jim Carrey well. He's an amazing actor. He really is. But I just haven't seen much from him lately, and it makes me sad. He should have like a throwback to his Ace Ventura and The Mask days, because that was crazy. Those movies were so good. Anyway, so I don't really have 3 questions, and I don't know what his answers would be. If he had to answer those 2 that I just asked him, then I think he'd say, what I'd imagine he'd say to why he's not making movies is exactly what I said. He's probably focusing on different things right now. If I had to imagine what he'd say to why he made the creepy movie, then I'd say that he'd probably reply with something like, I don't know, how do you reply to something like that? My goodness. Ooh, Nira's having a good snooze. Changing the topic. No. I don't think he'd be embarrassed. Jim Carrey's not the kind of guy to be embarrassed, as far as I can tell. So he'd probably say that he truly loves the girl. And he hoped that she would give up her acting career to join him. So they could live forever. Together, happily ever after. Something like that. I don't know. That's a little bit creepy, just like his video. But I only say it's creepy because he is actually about 40 years older than her or something. I don't know. Anyway. Next. In recent news, now this is a question I can answer quickly and easily. This one's from For You, Winston. In recent news, reports stated that the Diablo 3 auction house is compromising account security and has left some players' accounts hacked. You mentioned in one of your D3 videos that you have been using the auction house quite a bit. What are your thoughts on the reports, and would this stop you from using the auction house until Blizzard addresses the issue? Now, let me just say that those reports are completely falsified. The people who claim that the auction house is getting their accounts hacked are wrong. People who claim that public games are getting them hacked, they're also wrong. There might be proof out there, but it's probably falsified proof. They might say that it's doing this and that, but the chances are it's not. There might be 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 100,000 cases where someone joins a public game, they get disconnected, and right after that they're hacked. But that's not why they were hacked. That's not how they got hacked. A lot of people had theories on this, and a lot of people's theories were much more sound than those. Things like, even Blizzard said, people knew Diablo was launching on that date. People had big long lists of accounts from World of Warcraft. Those are the same accounts. So they had these lists, they kept them. They sat on this list, and now they got these lists from whatever means. They could have got them from having keyloggers on people's PCs. They could have had them, the account details from these silly phishing emails that they send out. They could have had it from fake websites that they let you log into. And then they take it, they don't immediately use it, so you don't know you've been hacked. They just have this information sitting there. Then, even though, say 50% or even 75% of those people change their details, they protect themselves, they maybe get an authenticator, and again, I'll say that the authenticator is probably the best protection you can get, and it will protect your account. It's not 100%, but it will protect your account as well as possible. But now they have this long list, and then Diablo launches, and then they wait maybe a week or so afterwards, then they start hitting those accounts in quick succession, stealing all their money before people can even react, and then people immediately think, wait, Diablo just launched and my account got hacked. It was obviously Diablo, but no, it wasn't Diablo. It was World of Warcraft or StarCraft. So it's a funny thing, and it's very difficult for Blizzard to deal with this. They can't just keep saying, well, you're wrong. They can't just say, no, you're wrong, stop making this noise, stop whining about it because you're actually wrong. They can't do that. They have to handle it well because they have to protect their public image and all that. But I think they've been doing a good job, and honestly, if you've got to authenticate on your account, you can put mobile alerts on as well. If you have a decent enough password, if you don't use the same password for everything, if you don't use the same email address or username for everything, you should be okay. I don't think you should have any fears while playing Diablo. So I think it's silly. Okay, then, have you always led a strict, healthy lifestyle, or is it just something you decided later on in life? We've always, I don't know, I can't speak for Helen because I haven't known her all my life, but my whole life has been pretty healthy because of my parents. We eat healthy, we've always been eating healthy. Sure, I ate or eat sweets and all that stuff. As for like gymming and stuff and exercising, I think when I was younger I got a lot of exercise just because that's what we did. We ran around outside in the big open fields on the farm, we climbed trees, we did sport, I did athletics and stuff in school, not seriously or anything like that, but I did it. And that's just that in our younger age that happened, and then I suppose there was a little time where I was just playing way too much computer, and then I didn't really care too much, and after that myself and my friend who lives up here, we actually went to kickboxing classes. It's just basically, I've always been pretty active like that, and then after that we started going to the gym a lot and all that, okay? But as for food stuff, we've always eaten healthy because my mom is just that kind of person. She would not give us food that's not healthy unless we, make her. Like we go buy a pizza with her or something like that. We have takeaways every now and then, that's okay. But I think we've always just been like this, and it just sort of amplified a little bit when I moved in with Helen, and I don't know. But there's just, the healthy food can be, and I mean this with all honesty, just as nice as the unhealthy food. There's no reason to have the unhealthy food. And this is now just talking in food terms. Not going to the gym is probably nicer than going to the gym, any way you spin it. So, but we still do it anyway because it's a nice feeling after you've gone to the gym, knowing that you've actually done that. Might not be as nice when you're there, but yes. So I suppose we've always been pretty healthy. Next question. What's your ultimate gaming food? This is actually quite good. Now, it's difficult. It's very difficult. I don't have an ultimate gaming food, but I've got preferences. And we spoke last week about beef jerky. That's the American version of it. We call it biltong here, but it's this dried meat and stuff. That's amazing. That's really good. I like that. I like dried fruit. And those are actually very healthy ones. I just feel bad. The reason I don't like sweets, I love licorice, okay? I'm addicted to licorice, but I try to control myself because it's bad for my teeth. And it's bad for like my skin. It's bad for like, it's just bad for you to have too much sugar. A little bit, it's fine. Too much, not so good. So I try resist. But I do like those things. So does one call that savory snacks? I think so. So not really sweet stuff, rather savory stuff. And ultimate, I'd say that we have droevors here, which is, the direct translation is dry sausage, which sounds ridiculously terrible. Okay, I would not eat something that's called dry sausage just because it sounds bad. But, you know, it's good. It's really good. It doesn't taste like how it sounds. But that would be my ultimate. That and the beef jerky. I don't know what they call it overseas. Like, what do you call it? I don't know if you know if you know what it is, but you guys knew what beef jerky was. All of you, well, pretty much everyone knows what beef jerky is because it's in movies and stuff, and you see it all over the place. So it's sort of the equivalent of that. You could compare it to having like a mincy type thing dried, but it's not that, because that is also a little bit disgusting. It's just something, you could compare it to something like that, just much better. So there's that, but we don't have that very often because it's expensive, and that's quite nice, but mostly dried fruit. I like biscuits and cookies and stuff as well, but not too sweet, obviously. I don't know, it's difficult. Is there such a thing as an ultimate gamer food? Or gaming food? I know there's that thing called gamer food, which Jesse Cox was showing off in the TGS podcast. That was actually interesting stuff. But I think there was also fruit and nuts and stuff. But that would be the kind of stuff I'd eat anyway. If I could get a lot of that, I'd probably eat it. Anyway. Are we going to see MasterChef Lumin in action again soon? This is from Steve Kalman. Probably, yes. Probably. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it or what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just do a vlog style video with my phone in my hand and record how I make something. Something proper this time. Something that's not like a salad fried in a pan. It was meant to be a salad, it was meant to be fresh, but it actually turned out being like a half stir fry, but still. Anyway, yes, I'll definitely make more videos like that. Next. Now this is one that I've actually always had trouble answering. What's the funniest glitch or moment that you've seen in a video game? Tough. I don't actually know. I really can't answer that. I've played so many games and had so many moments that I thought to myself like, whoa, what's going on here? That it just gets a bit difficult to keep track of. I'm sure if I had infinitely powerful memory, I'd probably remember something really good, but I honestly can't remember anything like that. Then, that was from Kelpie Sean. I'm not sure if it's Kelpie Sean or Kelpie's Horn. I think I asked this last time, but anyway. Then, you said earlier that you don't really want to make a playthrough of Amnesia, but how about SCP Containment Breach? Now, I looked at SCP Containment Breach because I didn't actually know what it was. It looks sort of like Amnesia. It's like a free-to-play indie type, indie-style type first-person survival horror game. It looks terrifying, but if I had to do anything like that, I'd wait till it was a little bit further in production. I saw how far they were and it seems pretty unfinished. The chances are good that Amnesia 2 will be out before that's out, so I'll probably wait for that rather. But I will do something like that someday, for sure. I am actually getting a webcam soon as well, so look forward to that. It's gonna be amazing, absolutely amazing. Then, from the Old Peculiar, what do you think about piercing? I see that Helene has a lot of them. That's not the end of the question. I was just letting you guys wait a little bit. Letting the suspense grow. Okay, are you planning on getting any piercings? Also, what's your opinion on stretched ears? I do have a piercing here and here. I had a lip ring before. I know, it's weird, isn't it? But nothing, I don't really have an opinion on it. I kind of like it. It looks very good on some people. It doesn't suit some other people. It's funny, you know, I always think of it as people that really want them and actually really like them, they look good in them. People that just want to get them to look cool generally look kind of out of place with them. And it's funny because that doesn't make sense, but it works like that. And it kind of works, that kind of thing works for many other, or in many other situations as well. It's weird, but think about it. You'll probably think to yourself, well, yes, that's right. I see this person going to the gym all the time just to be cool and to go to the gym, but they don't really fit there. They're not enjoying it. It's not working out that well for them. She just died in Diablo. That's in the Keep Depths level 1. Arcane, lightning enhanced, and something else. That's terrible. I think she's playing in hell mode. And is she playing with someone? She's actually playing with... Anyway, no, wait. Let's not get distracted now. But that's what I think about piercings. Ear stretching or stretching. Stretched ears. Those are the same 3 things. Mine are one or 2 sizes bigger than a standard piercing. I don't have a problem with that. I don't like it when it's too big, but I think it looks pretty cool. And again, on some people it looks absolutely amazing when it's bigger. But for myself, this is probably as big as it's gonna go. If anything, like 1 size bigger. Helene's are slightly bigger than mine. Anyway, I do think it looks good on some people. I don't like studs in my ears. I don't like rings or hoops in my ears. This is the best for me. Then, next Q&A, can you do it while giving us a tour of your home? This is from Banox13. We'll give you a tour sometime, but we're not happy with how the rest of the home looks because it looks quite terrible. It's a mess. The only rooms we've actually really done would be, this one is not really properly done, but she did her room properly. Our bedroom looks okay, and that's actually about it. That's actually about it. Oh, and the room over here, which is like, it's just, it was meant to be like a studio type thing. We call it the pool room because there's a pool table there, which we never use. It's actually my parents. And it's like, it leads out onto the patio, that room. That's such a nice red color. But that's the only other one we've done. By done, I mean like painted and fixed up and made nice. But at the same time, right now it's full of washing because it's raining pretty much every day now. And it's impossible to dry washing outside, so it's full of washing. So that would make a terrible tour. Anyway, someday. Have you ever dressed up like a pirate? If not, you should take a picture of it. If so, do you have a picture of it? This is also from Banox13. Brilliant question. And no, I actually regret to say that I've never dressed up like a pirate. Strange, isn't it? I've never really dressed up very much in my life. I think when I was like 13 or 12 or something, I dressed up like a zombie for Halloween once, and that was about it. Okay, that was about it. That's the extent of my dressing up. But I will definitely dress up, especially when I get my webcam, okay? I'll dress up. Maybe I play like a pirate game one day, and then I'll dress up like a pirate while playing it. Wow. That would be like I can say rawr, not rawr, arr the whole time. Man, I don't know how pirates talk, okay? I'm bad with accents and putting voices on and stuff, but that would be amazing. The only voice I do well is my own. I do that really well. Okay. Okay, and this is a question I get a lot, and I never have a problem answering it. I love answering this question. How would you recommend gaining subscribers and popularity for a new channel? It would be interesting to know how you went about this. This is from Adventures of Lapis. Now, I always answer this pretty much the same way. Okay, so when you start a channel out, I don't want to say be serious about it. Okay, because there's a difference between being serious and being consistent. But I would always say be consistent, and if you're serious about it, you might just take it too seriously, get sick and tired of working too hard on it, and give up. So I would say be consistent, have fun, do what you enjoy. Don't just start a channel up because you want to be a famous YouTuber. Start a channel up because you enjoy playing the games that you play, because you talk about something that you either enjoy or you're very knowledgeable about, or that you think people would enjoy as well. Do it for the love of doing it. Don't do it because you want to just have a YouTube channel or, you know, gain popularity or subscribers. And along with that, be consistent, try upload videos regularly. Now, consistency is different for a lot of people. Some channels only upload 1 video a week and that's consistent for them. Some upload 1 a day and that's consistent for them. But be consistent enough that you think people wouldn't just stop caring or unsubscribe because of that. And always be yourself when you're doing it. Don't make a channel and try be exactly like Toby Turner when you make your videos, because that can happen, and it can happen unknowingly. You could start a channel and just start doing things, and while you're doing your own videos you could start possibly, or while you're doing them you could watch Toby Turner's videos and you could think to yourself, you know, I should do something like this, and then you do it without even knowing you're doing it, and then it just ends up looking like that, or coming out like that. But just be yourself when you make your videos, and if you have the kind of personality that would work well for something like that, then the subscribers will come, the views will come, people will watch your videos. But there's no easy way of doing it. A lot of people know that if your videos get featured by big sites, the chances are it's either lucky or you got something that someone else didn't get. If a lot of people subscribe to you in a little period of time, and then there's a long time when you're just not getting any views, and it's like, it's tough and it feels like no one likes your videos, then that's just something you're gonna have to deal with, because that happens. Okay, it takes a long time, it's difficult, it's not easy, and it can be a lot of work. It depends on what kind of videos you put out, but if you put a lot of effort into your videos, then it's a lot of work, and sometimes you don't get a lot of views on those videos, so it can be disappointing as well. But that's my main thing, it's just always be yourself, be consistent, and have fun while doing it. That's it. If you can, like, show other people your stuff, and like, just don't be too insistent with it. Don't tell people they must check your channel out and subscribe right now. Don't be spammy about it, stuff like that. I think you get the idea of what I'm trying to convey here. Anyway, have you ever played Lord of the Ring online? Tom Bombadil is definitely not excluded there. I've not played Lord of the Ring. I might have played for like 5 minutes, but that was back when it was in beta still. I haven't actually played it since launch, so it's been a while. So, well, since it's free to play as well, I think it went free to play recently and actually got added to Steam last week. So because of that, I might try it out sometime, just because. Why not? It's on Steam now. Things that are on Steam are just way easier to get. Then, a couple of questions from Frupelkungen. These are random. After they make styrofoam, what do they ship it in? I don't know. Styrofoam, they could just smack some stamps on there and send it out. I don't know if stamps work with weight or size, but they could do that. They really could. But imagine how easy it is to ship styrofoam. They could potentially ship styrofoam by like hot air balloon. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. They should make the biggest styrofoam block, attach it to a hot air balloon, and send it on its way. That would be cool. I would love seeing that. Or they should make it into like a scary shape, like a big shark with big jaws. And then they should just let it fly out. Or, even better, they should make a hot air balloon, okay? And I know this is totally off topic and it's not actually really shipping it, but they should make a hot air balloon that looks either like a cloud or it's like this blue color like the sky. Then they should attach a big styrofoam thing to it that is in the shape of a UFO. Then people will just flip, they will lose it. There'll be so much big news going around, people will start just freaking out because they're seeing the aliens up in the sky there. It'll be so much fun. So much fun. They should attach long-range cameras to the UFOs so they can see these people looking up at them. Wow. So that's how they should ship styrofoam, honestly. Anyway, do Lipton employees take coffee breaks? I only know Lipton as a tea company. I didn't even know, like, the thing is Lipton's probably a big umbrella corporation with a bunch of other things that they do, but here in South Africa, the only thing I ever see from Lipton is tea, Lipton tea. They're actually very big on iced tea as well, normal tea and iced tea. I'm not sure if they are, like I said, a bigger company that owns others, but our biggest coffee brands here are Nescafe, Recoffee, and what else is there? Nescafe is probably the biggest. Recoffee is the cheapest. Then there are some other more expensive names that we buy sometimes because they're super nice, but they're very expensive. Anyway, so I don't know actually. Probably, I mean, anyone would want a coffee break. And I don't think the employees really work with coffee or tea when they work, because imagine Lipton offices. It's not going to be one big tea bag or something, okay? They're going to be working with little like papers, and they're going to be working with files, and they're going to be working with documents, and they're going to be sitting behind desks. They're not actually going to be there shoving the tea into the bags, because that's all automated. So even the guy who's controlling that machine, who makes the tea bags or crushes the coffee, he's going to want a coffee break, because he's going to be standing there smelling this rich aroma of coffee all day, and he's going to be super keen for coffee. I would be. At least for the first couple of weeks. After that, I don't think so. Who knows? Anyway, so, how does the guy who drives the snowplow get to work in the mornings? That's actually a really good question, because if you think about it, when it's been snowing, and it never snows here, so this is actually a very foreign question to me, but I can answer it quite easily. Yeah, I'll answer it quite easily. So, before he gets to work, the roads are still covered in snow. Man, we went to Ireland, myself and Edine, to visit her mother, and it was so crazy. The roads, when they're like iced over and snowed over, that is the most dangerously scary thing ever. I would dislike it intensely, driving there, like on a daily basis, where it snows. I'd get those big spikes on my wheels, so that there's no possible way it must like dig into the tar. Okay, my car must be stuck on the road. Anyway, that's scary. So, how does he get to work? Well, if you got a bicycle, I'm sure you can just glide through the snow. You'd make this little track that people will be totally confused about. But then every time you put your feet down, like you step down with the stairs, depends on how thick the snow is, then you'd be dunking your feet into the snow, and that would be pretty chilly, so you'd need some thick boots. So maybe he goes on a bicycle, maybe he walks, who knows, maybe this guy is really rich and he's just doing it as a hobby, and he took his helicopter to work. It's possible too. Then, oh no, that's it! Those are some questions that I've always wanted answers for, and I believe you are the right guy to answer them for me, Lumin. Well, there you go. I didn't really answer them, I sort of talked around them, but that should be good enough. Next, from Manny3lol. I just purchased the pre-order for Crater and saw you had it also purchased it. Will you be providing content for it? I haven't actually pre-purchased it, funny enough. I don't know if you saw me. Did I get it? Do I have it? I don't know, because I'm in the beta, and that's about it. I don't know if they're giving me the game for free because they like me or something, but that would be nice, sure. And as for content on Crater, I don't know. I played a little bit a while ago, and it seemed unfinished, so I didn't really play much more. I thought to myself, well, I'll just wait till they get a bit further along, then I'll try it out. But who knows? I'll definitely give it a look. I'll definitely check it out. Then, where is this now? Oh, I actually missed a question from the adventure of Lapis. So back in episode 1 of the weekly Q&A, you said something about a novel writing project you were working on and a children's book with Helen, who is badass. Thank you. Thank you for putting that in there. That was in brackets. Well done. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Thanks. That made my night now. Has there been any progress on either of these, or has time pressure meant that they are still on hold? I'm looking forward to reading The Adventures of Lumin in a book. So, sadly, they're still on hold right now, but hopefully, I think in the coming months, we'll start getting back to it. We've just got a lot of other stuff going on along with my YouTube and stuff, because we're trying to get settled here, and we've had Nero with he had a little skin condition recently. That's not really been keeping us that busy, but we're just trying to get into a routine, basically. And when we're comfortable with what we're doing, then we'll get back to that. But we're definitely going to, and it's going to be a lot of fun when I do. This is ice cold now. There's not very much left, but I'll probably in some way work it into the channel very gently, because I don't want to flood the channel with stuff like that, so it'll probably be like weekly or monthly updates and stuff like that. And when my website does launch, then I'll also probably put like a bit of information on there. So, next. I nearly missed that question. Now, a couple from Swessant. You know these are going to be good. So, the last time the last time I threw a paper airplane was in school. Back in, like, when I was in standard 5, okay? So that's like, I can't even remember what year that was. I don't even know when I matriculated, honestly. It's been that long. I cannot remember. Can I work it out? I have to figure out how old I am now. That's so difficult. I am 26 years old, so I matriculated when I matriculated 9 years ago, actually, sort of. So that means I matriculated in 2012 now, 2003? 2003, that's when I so 5 years before that, I lost through a paper airplane in 1998. That must be it, that's gotta be it. I might have done it after that, but I just don't remember it. Let's see. It made it roughly, oh, how many feet or meters? Goodness, probably like 2 meters. The classroom wasn't very big. So, a voyage which left me bubbling with satisfaction, because then I just remember when you throw paper planes in class, then it's like having one of those little straws with a little mashed up paper ball in it, and you like spit it at someone, it like hits their neck, and then they're like, ah, like this, and then they're looking at it, and then they look around like this, and then you try your best not to look guilty. It's the same kind of thing, okay? You know how much I hate it when you get those little things on you, okay? It's bad, because that's someone else's spit mushed up with paper on your neck. And it's usually where it hits. It usually hits on your neck. Or if it's like in your hair and you don't realize it, then you get home later and you like see it falling out there. That's also pretty disgusting. But the way he did this was he had the sentences. So the last time I threw a paper plane was in 1998, or X months years ago. It made it roughly 2 meters. A voyage which left me bubbling with satisfaction because I wasn't caught out. There you go. Okay, I did it. I did it. It took me a while, but I got it right. Which was the last consumable / food product you were out of when you needed / wanted it? This is interesting. What impact did it have on the meal or snack you were about to make? Now, that's something that happens on a daily basis here. We are always out of stuff because we generally buy fresh stuff. So, that said, I could have said coffee, but because this is the last of the coffee right here. This is the last of the coffee in the house, and I sort of ruined it by drinking it cold. But more often than not, with that, the last food or consumable product, it generally tends to be either milk, which sort of ruins everything. Okay, so nowadays we buy like 2 liters of milk or something, which is semi-long life, so it lasts for at least like half a month, and we shove them in the fridge, just so we never run out, and then we buy a long life one and put it on the shelf as well. That's the kind of precautions we have to take, being in a milk-loving household. But the most recent one has got to be, what did we run out of? We ran out of cereal today, and the impact that it has is that I'm going to have a terrible start to my day tomorrow. Something like that, pretty much. Oh! But that's it actually, we ran out of coffee, so I'm gonna have a very bad morning tomorrow. And it's not because I need coffee, it's just a routine, it's a habit now. I like having like some coffee with my oats or my cereal of whatever type I have, and it's nice. Because it's funny to say it, but coffee is sort of refreshing in that kind of way that it kind of cleanses. But anyway, so that's that. I'm so bad at answering these questions. If you happen to put the sock on the wrong foot, do you A, immediately switch it over to the other foot, or B, what's done is done did it, and proceed with putting on the other sock on the wrong foot as well, or C, Lumin the adventurer never makes such puny mistakes, nor does he care if an inferior challenge is brought upon him. Now it should obviously be C, but I would actually go with B, because I'd just put it on. I don't care. Same goes for if it's not matching. I really don't care. Funny thing is, I actually wear these quite often. So, like sandals. And they're very comfortable. Okay, and I wear them with socks. Like, socks, okay? And, because of that, people can obviously see the color of socks that I've got on. But I don't know how it works for you guys over there, but we don't really have left or right-sided socks unless we buy really, really expensive socks, which are like really expensive. I don't know how much socks cost, but if I had to convert it into dollars, $8 for a pair of socks. Is that a lot? It feels like a lot to me because here we pay like It's like 100 Rand for a pair of socks for the really expensive ones, and probably more for some other ones, but that's a lot of money for a pair of socks. Because you can buy the cheap ones like these I'm wearing now for like 20 bucks for 3 pairs or something, or 30 or whatever Rand for 3 pairs. And that would be about $2.50, $4, $5. And that's the ones we have, and they never have left or right sides. So I'd definitely just put it on anyway. If it had a left and right symbol or picture on, then I'd probably just not even see it. Because when I'm putting socks on, I don't care. I just want to get my feet warm and covered with a sock. So, oh, that's the end of them. What a pity. Okay, thank you very much, Swescent. That was amazing. Next, this one's from Zidana123. Oh, and I have to thank her for, she actually sent me a whole thing about Tom Bombadil's involvement in Lord of the Rings, and it's funny how I actually totally forgot about most of it, because I spoke about it recently in the previous Q&A, was it? Yes. And it's funny how much he was actually in the book and how much he actually helped the hobbits out, and it's funny that he didn't even get a proper nod in the movie, because I honestly think that was like a really big part of the movie, especially after she told me about it and sort of informed me as to what happened. Basically, he saved the hobbits' hides a couple of times, he helped them out a lot, he stocked them up and he sent them on their way, and then he was hinted at a couple of times throughout the movie later, so she sent me a little explanation of what happened, and thank you. But the question from her is, why didn't you romance Jack, even though you're always going on about how beautiful she is? She is beautiful though, isn't she? She really is, and Edie's beautiful, along with Liara. She's pretty nice too, but Jack and Edie are tops, along with Tali as well, although I can't really see her face. I do like her. She's beautiful. She sounds beautiful too, as does Jack. And Jack's quite mean and tough as well. But the reason I didn't romance her was I think in Mass Effect you couldn't have female-female relationships, and the character that I've got in Mass Effect 3 right now is the one that I had in Mass Effect 2, so I couldn't romance her. I'm not sure if it was just Shepard and Jack that couldn't have a romantic relationship, but I don't think you could. You could get to a certain point in the relationship, and then they just stopped giving you those options, and then they tried to shove like Jacob at you and Garrus at you and all these other guys that you really didn't want anything to do with, so that's why I didn't do anything, sadly, because she's beautiful. She really is. But that was the last of the questions. That's it. The phone's even put its light off. I've got Neuropuppy on my phone. Have a look. There he is. Cliff gazing. Isn't it beautiful? It really is. Mostly because he's in the photo, but the rest of it's okay too. So, sadly that's going to be it for this Lumin Weekly Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I apologize for the lack of proper answers, but I tried. And I also apologize for it being a bit late this time around. I've just been struggling to get stuff uploaded, and I've been struggling to like record stuff, and I don't know, we've just had a very busy week, but things should be back to normal soon. But if you have any questions, leave them below, send them to me at talesoflumin@gmail.com, or private message them to me right here on YouTube. Any of those work and any will be accepted. You can ask about anything. You can ask about Helen, about Nero, about Diablo, about Guild Wars, about food, about being healthy, about which I'm not totally healthy. Anything at all, I don't mind. I'll try answer it. I can't guarantee anything, but I will definitely try. So again, check back here soon for more. Most importantly though, happy leaving those questions below.